When there are overlapping aspects of a business with different target audiences, how do you recommend handling the landing page?
Did I just tell someone to get lost that asked that question, or is this a different question?
Well, it all comes. There's a bunch of different things that it comes back to in my mind, which is if it's related.
Can I get you a little closer to the mic?
If a lot of what people are coming to find out about is image related in terms of is this person credible or not, do you have any recommendations on that as it relates to internet marketing, landing pages, anything like that? Because
you mind if I dig a little deeper, maybe get you on the marketing couch there?
By all means, I'd love it.
No, we'll leave you down there. Yeah. All right. Tell me a little bit about the situation.
Okay, well, the situation is I'm an author and a speaker and a coach. So sometimes people come to me for coaching and they're looking for products and services like books and special reports. But a lot of people who come to my site want to find out, okay, is this somebody we want to bring into our company to do professional development training? Two totally different audiences, but they're all related to what I do. So I was trying to phrase it generically originally because you said don't be too specific. So that's why I did that.
We got to even get a little bit more specific. So some of the people coming to your website want to buy the product.
Right.
But some of them want to be coaches with you?
Some of them want to buy the product. Some of them might want coaching from me, like one-on-one coaching. Some of them might want to bring me into their company to do training in different areas.
Okay. A lot of us have multi-purpose websites or businesses. A lot of us have different products and services that we sell. Let's just think of that as, maybe this might help you conceptualize. Instead of thinking of it as a product, a coaching service, and then a corporate gig or whatever it is, right? What if you just had 3 different books that you were selling? Let's say you had 3 books, they were $20 a piece, and each one of them was, different, and you didn't know really how to sell one first, the other. You'd realize that, well, I got to talk about one of them first, and I got to talk about another one second, and I got to talk about another third, because if I just talk about all 3 at once the whole time, the person's going to be listening and going, well, I don't know which one to buy or which one to pay attention to. There's kind of an order to things, okay? You know the old saying, you can't eat your cake and have it too?
Yeah.
You can't have your cake and eat it too?
I know what you meant.
You know the one, right?
Yeah.
And what that means is you can't have it both ways, but there is an optimal way to have it. And so my thought is probably someone that would be interested in you on the high-end corporate gig probably will be checking your products out first. Right? They're probably going to be looking to figure out who you are. They're going to look at your lower-end stuff. They're not just going to look at your website and as soon as they see it go, oh, we need to pay this guy tens of thousands of dollars to come in and, do our company gig. Is that?
Yeah, I think that makes some sense. Where I struggle also is that, like, when they do want to hire me for corporate stuff, there's different things that they might want to hire me for. So if I were to do a landing page for that, the people who hire me for one area could care less about a different one.
Sure.
But they're related.
Yeah, what comes to mind for me here is that, if you say to me, let's say that I'm interested in some obscure, hobby, like I'm into, extreme snowboarding or something like that, and I sell snowboards. The business that I have, right? I'm selling to someone who's interested in snowboards. I'm getting a little punchy here. I have a business that sells snowboards to extreme snowboarders. But also, as it turns out, I have a wholesale business where I sell to other snowboard companies. I'm like, well, how do I get this together without confusing the message? Well, you want to tell your story. You want to convince a snowboarder that you have the goods and you know what's happening, and maybe you hand carve the snowboards out in the shop behind your shed the same way Granddad used to do it, and maybe you apply 27 coats of this special lacquer that has to be imported that's handmade by child laborers in Malaysia or whatever. Malaysia's coming up a lot now in my mind. I've got somebody that flew here from it. And it's got all of this stuff built into it, good stuff, no child labor or any of that kind of thing. You could say on your website, let me tell you the story about how I came to build the best extreme snowboards in the world. And then you start telling your story, and then when you get to the part about how you build them now, you might put in parentheses, and by the way, if you own a snowboard shop and you'd like to learn how to carry our line, click here. And that's just like, in there. Everyone that owns a snowboard shop is going to be reading that whole thing because they're going to be fascinated. They're going to be even more interested in the average customer. They're going to see that thing and they're going to click on it. And the extreme snowboarders are going to be reading through there and they're going to see that and they're going, okay, whatever. They're going to go on to the next thing. So you can get your message into the people that you need to communicate with within your communication as long as you're getting your whole message across. And you can do it in a way that I don't think will take away too much.
Hey, Eben. Question for you on moving the free line. I'm curious if you've got any opinions on the interplay between moving that free line further out and what happens when people start to not pay attention to something because they haven't invested enough in it. I can tell you a story from my own business. We used to give away